I've got a fight coming up soon. There are a lot of politics involved, unfortunately, but that is the nature of elite sports. That's what happens. It's not something that I've experienced too much of, to be honest, up until the last kind of 10 months of my life. But I think, I really believe it's going to come good in the end and everything's going to work out for the best. So we look forward to that.
Tom Aspinall may have just given us the biggest clue yet about his next fight, and the MMA world is fired up. Speculation is running wild, with many believing this could finally confirm whether a showdown with Jon Jones has been in the works all along, or if Tom and the UFC have just been playing mind games with the fans. One thing is certain, everyone's eager to find out who he's actually going to face next.
Nah, man, Jon's retired. What are we talking about, guys? Jon, you guys don't follow Jon on social media?
I don't follow him on social media. He said that...
No, me too, actually. Me too, but the guy is living his best life. He's had a fantastic career, we all know. We know Jon's a religious man, so I want to say God bless him moving forward in what he does with his life and his career. And, you know, we move on. We move on. I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I'm ready to take on all comers, get this division moving again. Us guys have been waiting around too long. You know, the contenders are getting sick of it. Everybody's getting sick of it. Even the fans are getting sick of this stuff. So Jon's retired and it's time that we move on.
Instead, Tom's putting an end to all the Jon Jones talk. After weeks of vague tweets, endless delays, title controversy, and even Dana White admitting that it's a complicated situation, Aspinall seems ready to move on.
Aspinall, Jon Jones fight. It's a bit different now, right? Because Jon's been tweeting a lot about the fact that he's told you his plans, he's ready to vacate the belt, and all the rest of it.
He said he's ready to vacate the belt?
He said he doesn't care if you strip him, he would vacate it.
Crazy. Yeah, I've been busy. I haven't been keeping up with the gossip. He comes back. He's either back today or came back yesterday or whenever he's in Thailand. So he's home. We'll be home tonight. And Tuesday, we'll figure this out.
If he doesn't fight, because he also called out Francis Ngannou. He said he'd rather fight Francis, which I assume...
Who did?
Jon.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that interested in that then. But if he doesn't fight Tom Aspinall and he does walk away, do you think he's ducked in?
Tom Aspinall's the guy. He's the guy. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see how this plays. Listen, if the guy wants to retire and doesn't want to fight, nothing you do. I didn't want Habib to retire. I thought DC should have stayed in it longer. So it's none of my business. I'll do what I can to make the fight if we can. If he's talking that crazy. I didn't realize that.
Aspinall has decided to go in a new direction. In a composed yet decisive statement, he made it clear he's done waiting. He's stepping away from the drama and refusing to be part of another publicity stunt, while Jon Jones keeps stirring the pot on social media.
Jon Jones.
Oh yeah. That old one. Living his best life, mate, isn't he, in Thailand? So everybody reaches a sell-by date, don't they? Everybody's got a time limit. He's reached it, and we move on.
I reckon anyone else in that position would have been stripped. I was talking to Adam Castle about it the other week.
Yeah, seen it.
He should be stripped now.
It obviously was a bit annoying at the time, but it's all in the past now. We're moving forward. Everything's good. We can get fighting again, and I just want to get fighting, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Must be fucking sick of getting asked about that, you know.
It's not the best. You know what? It's better now because I do know what's going on a little bit, and I am going to fight soon, so that's nice. But for like the last kind of 6 months, I've just not known what's going on. Do you know what the worst bit is? Is like, you know this yourself. It's like money, fame, titles, rankings, all that aside, I just love fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
I just like fighting people. That's what I got into it for. I didn't get into it for anything else. All the other stuff is just like nice to have on top. I want to be the best fighter I can be. I love it. I'm in the gym every day. I just want to fight. That's been taken away from me for like nearly a year now, and that's got nothing to do with me, which is, it's a bit frustrating, to be honest, but we are nearly over it now, which is good.
The fact he's not stepping up and fighting yet, he's let the whole MMA fan base down.
I couldn't have somebody else saying that they're going to beat me and not at least fight them. And then if I lose, at least I tried my best.
And it's even more in that case when you're the reigning heavyweight champion of the world and you've got someone holding.
It is crazy.
Heavyweight champion.
It is a crazy situation, but There's a lot of politics in the UFC at the top
Yeah.
levels, and it's just like out of my hands, so there's nothing I can really do about it.
There's nowhere to go for Johnny. He either has to fight me or retire now. If he does retire, everyone knows that he will have been avoiding me. I want to fight. Absolutely, I want to fight. If that's against Jon Jones or not, I'm just waiting on a date, man. Dana White's come out this week and said that Jon Jones is happy to do it. I've been in the rooms with the UFC, and they've told me it's happening. I'm not chasing Jon Jones. The reason I want to fight Jon Jones is because he's got the belt. He's #1 heavyweight walking around on planet Earth. But we need to find out who the guy is. If it's not Jon Jones, get out of the way. I'll fight someone else. Happy days.
This is the only sport in the world you can have somebody hold your career back.
Yeah. I've been almost a year inactive with no prospect of anything. Just be ready, and we'll just let you know.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of difficult, like mentally, to.
Oh, yeah.
This is the fight against Jon Jones. Like, not the fight is another thing.
Yeah.
This is the tricky bit where I really have to stay switched on, stay motivated, and I'm trying my best. I'm trying. It's tough. As you said a minute ago, no one really knows what's going on behind the scenes apart from me.
Exactly. You're in office cooking.
I train all the time anyway. Just because I've not got a fight doesn't mean I don't train. Like, I honestly can see Jon's point of view. I get it.
Yep.
I get it. It's just about the title for me.
Yep.
I just want the title. That's it.
Yep.
There's nothing else really matters. So
You're like, let me do my thing. Let me fight.
I just want to fight.
And I think that's the respectful way to go about it. It's like, you don't care if it's Jon, and it's no disrespect to Jon, it's no disrespect to anybody out there. You're just trying to fight. Yep. I just want to fight.
And honestly, plenty of fans are backing him for it. Meanwhile, Jon Jones has been back. Added dropping hints, mocking the idea of titles, teasing a possible clash with Francis, and downplaying the interim championship. But Tom, he's not taking the bait this time. While Jon tries to steer the conversation online, Aspinall is keeping his head down, putting in the work at the gym and letting the MMA community speak for him.
In terms of playing it forward, I think he means go and fight the next guy. And if you get past the next guy, then it's still your time. But if you don't get past the next guy, as with every other thing in sports, there's always a moment where the new breed kind of comes in and they surpass the old breed. Jon Jones knows that better than anybody. He has surpassed the new breed and the old breed multiple times over the course of his career and his run as world champion. He's one of the greatest champions of all time. He's beaten everybody. He went through the old guard, meaning he went through Vitor. He went through Shogun. He went through Rampage. He literally put all those guys in the rearview mirror, and then he moved on. And he hit Rashad. And then he hit Gustafsson, who was a new guy. Then he hit me, who was a new guy. Then he hit Anthony Smith, who's a new guy, and Thiago Santos, and Dominic Reyes. He hit them all. He put everybody back. Then he goes to heavyweight, beat Ciryl. Then he went and put the old guard back with Stipe. He's beaten all of them. He's been constantly pushing back that next wave of challenger. But there's one more wave. Because no matter how many times you've done it before, there's a real possibility that at some point it catches up to you. Nobody gets out of this thing clean. Khabib did it. George St. Pierre had a fairy tale ending, but George St. Pierre still had moments where things didn't go great. George St. Pierre lost to Matt Serra. That sounds crazy, but it's hard to get through this thing clean. Jones has gotten through this thing clean longer than most people could ever imagine getting through this thing clean. But at the end of the day, there's another young up-and-coming guy that Tom deserves an opportunity.
Now, the spotlight is shifting to what's next for Tom Aspinall, with or without Jon Jones in the picture. One name that's resurfaced is Ciryl Gane, especially after Tom admitted he's not too keen on defending the interim title just for the sake of it. However, he's open to a meaningful fight, one that actually pushes the heavyweight division forward.
The UFC is about one guy being the champion of each division. I defended the interim once already. It's almost unheard of that. It's unprecedented. I thought it was silly the first time, to be honest. The reason that I did it, the first time I fought Curtis Blades, it went down as a loss. I got injured. The worst moment of my career, one of the worst moments of my life. I wanted to redeem myself and get the legit victory against Curtis Blades because it was unfinished business. Like, that was hurting my ego, and I wanted to prove that I was better than Blades, which I did in the rematch, and I defended the interim. Something else, that particular fight was in Manchester, in my hometown. I wanted to fight in my hometown. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do that again in front of a sold-out, brand new Co-op Live arena in Manchester, England. I don't know if I'm ever going to have the opportunity to do that again. So for them two reasons, that's why I defended the interim. I'm not doing it again. Like, I've cleared out the rest of the division. undisputed, and that's it. I deserve a shot at being known as the best heavyweight walking around on planet Earth. It doesn't matter on the opponent, undisputed.
At the same time, Tom isn't in a hurry to jump into just any fight, especially not against someone like Gane, who has a reputation for being picky with his matchups. Then there's the wild card, Francis Ngannou. Aspinall recently made it clear he's willing to take on anyone, even Ngannou, if that's what it takes to prove he's the top heavyweight on the planet.
Tom Aspinall's the guy. He's the guy.
Dana White says I'm his man. We love that. We love that on the channel.
And what about Francis Ngannou? You having him? You want some?
The day that I start ducking out of fights and turning opponents down and stuff like that is the day that I'm going to retire. So, as I've always said, and you can ask any promoter I've ever worked with, any guys at the UFC, I'll fight anyone, I'll fight anytime, and I'll fight anywhere. Never turn down a fight in my life. Never will. The day that I start thinking about turning down fights is the day that I'll retire. So to answer the question, whoever they want me to fight is who I'm going to fight.
Fans are going wild over the idea, not because it's guaranteed to happen, but because Tom's willingness to face anyone, anytime, anywhere, even fighters outside the UFC, shows what a real champion mindset looks like. It's not about the belt, it's about the mentality. And even though Tom has stopped talking about Jon Jones, the MMA world hasn't. Many are still demanding that the UFC take action and strip Jon of his title if he doesn't defend it soon. Big names like Paddy Pimblett, True Geordie, and even media figures like Ariel Helwani have all echoed the same thing. It's time for the UFC to make a move.
Gane idea. He was the one who delayed and delayed and delayed till Francis was out the fucking door. He could have fought Francis a long time ago. If he'd just taken the chance of going up the heavyweight earlier, we could have had him versus a prime Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez was 240. Jon Jones is 260, 265. And you're telling me Cain Velasquez was too big for him? What a load of shit. Stipe Miocic could have fought him in his prime, another one who was no bigger than Jon Jones. So when he's giving it the big and being like, oh, well, people always think someone's going to come and dethrone me. And yeah, I get the narrative. That was the way at light heavyweight. There was always that next guy coming up. But you ain't never fought an animal like Tom Aspinall, who is as quick on his feet, who has the speed that he does at 260 pounds, who has the heavy hands that he does. You have never been in there with a beast like that. It's just not happened. I'm not saying that means Aspinall wins, but for people to do the Tyson Fury thing of going, oh, well, he's always won, so therefore he always will win.
But Tom, he's done waiting. His focus is fully on what's ahead. It's not chasing Jon Jones anymore, because chasing a fight that might never happen only slows him down. He's in his prime and ready right now. If the UFC doesn't make that matchup, he'll keep moving forward without it. Because the truth is, if Jon Jones isn't willing to step up, someone else will. And whoever that is, Tom Aspinall is. More than ready to prove why he's the most dangerous force in the heavyweight division